Hi everyone, Comic Reviewer here. This time reviewing on the Alien Costume Part 2. Now, as you know, the Alien Costume Part 2 is the 9th episode of Spider-Man the Animated Series, and the second part in the Alien Costume storyline. We see how, sometime after Peter with his enhanced powers and new suit, we see how, Peter pretty much has to deal with people trying to hunt him down, trying to claim the sort of reward. And we see how Peter, as Spider-Man, confronts Brock and Jameson. And you can even tell Jameson is a little horrified at Spider-Man's newfound behaviour. And we do kind of see how Peter slowly starts to kind of realise his more darker, more disturbed behaviour even more. And we see how he learns from Dr. Connors about the suit and realises that it's a symbiote living off him. And we do kind of see how Connors does everything he can to try and warn Spider-Man, of the possible dangers, despite his good intentions. And we do see how Jameson learns from his son John about Brock's lies and pretty much fires Brock. And you can tell at this point, he just doesn't want to admit any responsibility and pretty much blames Spider-Man for everything that goes wrong with his life. And we do kind of see how, how after Spider-Man gets the Prometheum X, we kind of see how Alistair Smythe sends out Shocker, and there's gonna be the thing where he's gonna end up taking Jameson's son, and we're gonna see how both Spider-Man and Jameson try to do the right thing, despite it not gonna go the way it intended. And I think the point of the episode is meant to be about realizing your mistakes, and now seeing the full harm of it, because when Jameson fires Brock, you can tell he doesn't take any responsibility for his actions, and in the end had pretty much hit rock bottom. He's now been evicted from his apartment. He's now hated even more. And I think when Peter does see how much harm his actions have done, almost to Shocker and those around him, it's him now finally realizing the symbiote was bad news. And I think what I give the episode credit is that when you first see how the other people try to claim the sort of reward money, we see them using flamethrowers and sort of sonic cannons, and this gives you the first hint of the symbiote's weakness and how the symbiote tries desperately to avoid being kind of defeated. And you can tell Peter realizes that, even though the symbiote gave him what he wanted, he realizes that the symbiote is further corrupting him and not wanting to be that kind of person. And the way I do see the symbiote is like that toxic person. They'll bring out the worst in you. They'll make you far worse than you already were. And this is Peter now knowing that he doesn't want to be that person, and realizing that, had it not been for the symbiote, he probably would have gone easy on Shocker. And I think the episode at times can be laughably bad, given the fact how Peter goes after Shocker and says, "Shocker!" in a really over-the-top angry voice. And I think not a bad idea to kind of have, Peter's voice actor shouting out, but it's so laughably bad. I don't know if the writers just were laughing about it or just kept it in as a bit of a joke. But I think what's actually interesting is when you actually do see Kingpin and Alistair realizing that the Prometheum X has become lead, they actually reuse a cutscene from the whole Spider-Slayer storyline, with him talking about how Spider-Man must have known. But it does feel like, it's like watching Power Rangers. They're going to take some stock footage from a Japanese product and kind of smashing it in. But I think at the same time, the ending gives you the hints that, we're going to see Eddie Brock, once bonded with the symbiote, becoming much dangerous than he already was before. And I think it's interesting how, the person who also wrote the story was also known as Brain Stephan, who was also known for working on Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, She-Ra, He-Man, Beast Machines, as well as Batman the Animated Series. And you can really tell he wanted to kind of leave this message that, yeah, when you become further corrupted, you might start to realize the downsides of going into someone's world and realizing that you're not like the other person. But I think this episode definitely deserves a thumbs up. Still good and still enjoyable. So, Comic Reviewer here, signing out.